I think it's been like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, it's been a couple years. Last time it happened, it was like a moderate risk in like Virginia. It was like an enhanced risk in North Carolina. But now this time and then they might add a high risk at some point just for the wind.
Yep. I mean, they might.
But I think the one thing that kind of makes it a bust is that they didn't add a 6, 2, or 3 to any of these, which
Yeah.
means that they have like a less. They have like a less. Is that turning St. Louis?
Yeah, it's like South St. Louis.
If you get another wedge in St. Louis again like you did last year, I swear to God.
That's gone right in St. Louis, actually.
Because wasn't the last one like a wedge? Then what kind of north of St. Louis? During
Yeah, it
that
was like a
May
-3.
13th outbreak, I think. It was like a boundary line. Is that a hook? Like, is that a hook? Just a very faint hook right there, or is that just?
I think that's just like,
Just storm.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it says I have to buy it, but I don't have to buy
Well,
it.
there is
I think
one
it's
bad
bugged
news.
right now.
Earlier today, a guy went live. A storm was trying to pop up. A storm was trying to pop up in southern Georgia in that 10% general chance. I don't know if it's still trying to, but it was like a mini derecho. Like the edges were like curling in, and like the middle was like bowing out. It was like a very small.
Yeah. But they don't have correlation coefficient. Ah.
Yeah, so it might not be formed completely yet.
If you don't mind, I can make you mod. Would you like the people that's asking for like their area, like their area? Could you do that while I'm covering?
Yeah, I can do it, but like, well, yeah, I can, because I don't have like enough followers to like freaking get off and because you can't hear me when I'm off TikTok. Like maybe like I can still hear you, but you can't hear me.
Yeah.
If I get off of TikTok to go look at my radar, or I can sit on my stuff and do that. But I got to clean my room real quick, so
All right.
I can help you with that after I get done with this. But I'll look at the radar here and there.
All right.
Lindell, Texas. That might be real quick.
Dude, the last
So
few
Easton,
lives we would just
Eastern,
shoot up.
Northern, Western, South.
Yeah, the last few lives we got like 300 viewers. It just shot up.
Okay, Indiana's not gonna be okay. I already know that. Like
Yeah.
maybe most of Indiana's like in a 5 or 10, like a 5% hashed or 2% hashed. I think that is
I think this
most
is a
likely.
rotation. It's like northwest of
Oh,
Clayton.
okay. He said Eastern Texas. All right. So there is a 10% hatch chance for hail, but it's like southern Eastern Texas, like barely into Texas. It's like barely. Like it's like in that Texas near like Louisiana. So maybe not. I don't know.
I think this tornado warning's outdated.
It might be. And even though either the radio's messed up or it's just being fake. All right,
There's
you want to know
21
what
minutes
lost?
remaining.
Makes sense. Because didn't last storm happen because of Texas? Like the storm started firing off in Texas and it blew up to be a big old line of storms.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be in a little trouble here and there. Like it might start off in
But
like
this is what they're
smaller
warning.
storms,
This is
and
the.
then finally condense to like one big line of storms. And that is a
This is.
very, very. Where even is the hook? Oh, I can't even tell. Yeah, that's a QLCS if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You know what QLCS is?
Yeah. I.
Yeah.
I. What the?
A bunch of them today. All right, so for you MBFK, you might be like in like supercells. Like by the time it like forms into like a complete line is when it reaches like the border of Texas. Is it travel from Texas or travel to Georgia to Houston? Yes. No. All right. What time are you What time are you leaving in another life?
Is. Wait a second.
He said is a ship travel from Georgia to Houston. So I'm saying what time are you leaving?
Well, I live south of Houston.
what part of Georgia do you live in? Like North Georgia, South Georgia? In another life, Southwest. All right. So the storm is supposed to enter Georgia at like 4 in the morning, like in like the Atlanta area. It should enter Georgia. All right. So if you know where Atlanta is, you'll be fine. So the storm's gonna enter into near like Atlanta, like past Rome and like into Atlanta, Buford. So you're like at 4 in the morning. That's what NWS said. So you at 4 in the morning. So yes, but no, because you're in the Southwest, so far. So when it enters Georgia at 4 in the morning, so 4 hours later, it might be into Southwest. Matter of fact, let me just stop. Let me go look at the radar. I'll be back real quick.
I I think we have a debris wall. Yeah, I think we have a debris wall. I think. No. No. That's odd.
Okay, bro, we have a tornado in Florida. Surprisingly.
Do we actually?
I see where you live. You are in that 10% hatch, if I'm not wrong. Can you go look at the outlook real quick? But yeah, there's
I
a
got you.
tornado. Stanford, Florida. Just go like south into like Georgia, cause I see where Bainbridge is. I want to know if you might be in that 10% hatched.
Yeah.
Which means that what time he's leaving at, I don't know. I don't know what time the storm going to be in his area.
I think.
If he leaves like at 8 in the morning, not 8 in the morning. If he leaves like at like, no, it's not good. That means that there's a 10% chance of a long tracked big tornado. So yes, but no. But the way it's moving, I would say maybe wait. Like, do you need to get there like in like? Do you need to get there like in a very like fast mode? Like, is it like very very like important to get to Houston, Texas? Yeah. Okay. No, he's not. Okay, he's not in that 10% hatch. He's in the 5% hatch. All right. So I would say wait until like 10 in the morning. It shouldn't. It should be out of Georgia, moving into the Carolinas at about 10, because it'll be in North Georgia by like 4. So there's no way it will take about like 6 hours to get south.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want a 5% hatch, which means there's a 5% chance of tornado, but you'll be fine. Aspen, Kentucky is in a 5% hatch. So yes, there's a chance of a tornado hitting Lexington, because nearly all of Kentucky is in a tornado risk. Glendale, Texas.
Wait, hold up. It's only at 16%. I'm just gonna have to get back to 20Z. Um, 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 it's not letting me switch. Okay. This is gonna make me mad. Yo, chat. Hold up. In another life, I'm finna get to that. Alright. This is 7 p.m., 8 p.m.
All right, all right. Yes, you should wait till 10. I'm cooked. Like, why did the storm have to blow up right as a? You see how it blows up? It just turns into a mess before it hits like northern Atlanta.
Yeah.
Right? Like it just starts to. That makes it worse. Okay. All right. In another life, yes, you should wait till 10,
My mouse is like
because it will start to hit. Can you see what time it is in that little radar thing?
16 hours from now would be. Wait. I think this would be like. Wait. Let me just. Hold up. Let me ask my wife real quick.
I'm sorry if I'm like making you freaking.
No, no,
Yes,
it's fine.
this will be yes, but no, because I just saw the radar. So what makes this worse, kind of, is that we just saw that the storm comes through, but then there'll be little cells behind it.
Yeah.
So if the sun begins to heat up like rapidly, those cells behind that storm can start to blow up and become another line that goes through. So yes, you would, but I would say leave at like 10 a.m. before those cells start to fire up. It should be fine. Like a 5% chance of a long-term tornado, like in any area of that area. Chilliwack, Ohio.
Let's see what my wife says. All right. It'll be 10 a.m. So.
When it reaches what?
This is 10 a.m. tomorrow.
All right. So at 10 a.m. you will be in that storm. Because Bainbridge is like right there where it's like pinned. So no, do not leave at 10 a.m. You'll be getting hit by 10 a.m.